Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the start, the very first race of Season 3. This is going to be, I believe, Community Cup number 21, so we're now finally of the legal age in Community Cup races. However, with it being Season 3, we do have some new twists, some new changes, and a lot of new things. We have a different way of scoring our EPUs. We have a different way of finding out what our races are. All the races are known to us beforehand, so that way you have the opportunity to go and do and prepare your Umas the way you see fit. However, with all these new changes, with all these new game changes as well, we are going to see how things shape up and turn out in these races today. So, the first one that we are going to be looking for is going to be a Suzuka runaway in the sprint. And as you can see, we got one Suzuka and we got one runaway. Now, Meifu, I do got to say, y'all got to be careful. Meifu was our EPU winner of Season 2, and Feast was our overall winner, scoring the most points for Season 2. So this is going to be shaping up to be a very interesting one here today. These maps were all auctioned off. These EPUs were all auctioned off. And so now we are going to see what people were able to cook up with Unity Cup here today. Now, before we get started, we're going to look at our fan favorites. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we've got Lyra's King Halo. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we've got Feast Air Groove. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, oh wait, am I, where am I at? Yeah, you're right here. Coming in at the number 1 favorite, I've got Galga's Sakura Bakushin O. Now, do not forget, we do want to be keeping an eye out on the EPU that is Silent Suzuka. So y'all make sure to not blink, because you gonna miss this race, because it is a sprint. We are here at the Niigata 1,000 meter race course, race track, whatever you want to call it. It is soft ground and it is snowing and it is chilly, just in time. Honestly, kind of the same time of the year for us right now. However, where I live, we probably ain't gonna get snow, but that don't mean they can't get snow in the game. So we're gonna turn around and see what we have here today. With it being a 1,000 meter sprint, it is a track that is just pure guns a-blazing. We're going to see how well this runaway Suzuka will be able to do. Will she have enough power to get out the gate and pop off, or will she be able to turn around and potentially get cooked to the other Umas? Now, we do have concentration and runaway procking for Meifu's Silent Suzuka. As she goes out and takes the lead, we're already at 800 meters left in this race, and the only other person who's there trying to give her a run for her money is going to be Sakura Bakushin O. In third place, we're going to have Taiki Shuttle, who's fighting against King Halo. With 600 meters left to go, we have King Halo's, Sakura Bakushin O's, Taiki Shuttle's everywhere. However, we do need to watch out for that air groove. Maybe she's going to be schmooving and grooving her way through the rest of the pack. Unfortunately, Silent Suzuka has already fallen to the likes of other Umas. Sakura Bakushin O, King Halo, Taiki Shuttle, they are all out here cooking as much as they can. However, Silent Suzuka is still putting up a fight. Sakura Bakushin O takes the lead. She's going to take first place, and we going to have Silent Suzuka, I do believe, unless my eyes deceive me, and that is a very potential and very real thing that could happen. Silent Suzuka is going to take second place. I think it was King Halo in third. From there, I could be wrong. But we are already cooking and we are already out here popping off with our first EPU getting some points. Now, the way that this is gonna work, we're gonna see our top 5. In our number 5 spot, we've got Ameris's Taiki Shuttle popping off and getting some points here. In number 4, we've got Lyra's King Halo. In the number 3 spot, we've got Miyuki's King Halo as well. In the number 2 spot, hey, I'm gonna just be real, I'm always rooting and tooting for the, well, maybe I'm not tooting, but I'm always running and gunning. Well, maybe I'm not running or gunning. I'm always cheering for the EPUs, because, you know, hey, I'm allowed to have my favorites too. So I'm really glad to see Mayfu getting a dub with the runaway Silent Suzuka here. Even though it was second place, that's still a dub to me. And because that is an EPU, they will be getting an extra 3 points. So technically, they got 7 points in total for getting second place. And coming in first place is going to be Horion's Sakura Bakushin O. Taking the dubs and taking names. GG's, we'll be back with our next race. Don't y'all go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with race number 2. And just as y'all would assume, or maybe infer, we are going to have a lot of EPUs in this race. At the very least, we are looking for that end closer nice nature. So that is what we are going to be looking at, kind of honing in and checking out in today's race. Now, these moods be ignored because, hey, I'm just a camera Oompa. You ain't gonna shoot the messenger, surely, right? But what we are gonna shoot is a photo shoot for our favorites. In today's race, we've got at the number 3 spot, way down yonder, we've got Horion's Nice Nature. The next door neighbor is gonna be our number 2 favorite, and that is gonna be Butosei's Wodka. And in our number 1 spot, we have Galga's Taiki Shuttle. Galga, being the fan favorite, may have a little bit of extra weight on their shoulders, but here today at the Hanshin 1600 meter turf, we're going to be looking at a firm ground in the autumn times, and maybe, just maybe, we may have some juicers on this track today. Will Galga be able to fill those shoes and live up to the expectations that the fans and the crowd has for them? Or will a Nice Nature come in and get some unexpected wins here today? Now, with this being a mile, we are going to be potentially juicing very quickly, depending on how speedy these Umas are today. One thing that I do love to see here is going to be the variety. We have the Air Groove, we've got a Hishi Amazon, we have a Narita Brian, as well as a Grass Wonder, who is leading the charge as our... Okay, what is this? We have a Grass Wonder that's leading the charge, who's going to be our current lucky front runner. We've got Narita Brian behind them, followed by Taiki Shuttle. We've got Wodka sitting in 4th place, followed by a Gold Ship in 5th. Followed behind Gold Ship, we have 4 Nice Natures, an Air Groove, and a Hishi Amazon to round out our caboose. This is going to be anybody's race here today. Now, having no front runners here, this is going to be very interesting because there is a world where potentially Gold Ship just does Gold Ship things. Nice Nature potentially just does Nice Nature things. And we are going to see what happens here right now. Galga does hit the shooting for victory in a decent spot, however, is not really moving too quickly as we round the corner. Nice Nature has started to move up on the outer edges, and she looks like she's going to be trying to go forward. Grass Wonder has already lost her positioning, and Taiki Shuttle with under 200 meters left to go has taken first place. Wodka is pushing up with Nice Nature. We have a fight here today, and it looks like Nice Nature's gonna take second place. We've got that Taiki Shuttle taking first. We got the Nice Nature beating out the Wodka in 3rd. Nice Nature said, no more. We are not a canonical Nice Nature. I'm taking 2nd place. And you know what? I'm also an EPU. So what's up? Let's go. Nice Nature absolutely popping off here today. Now we do have a lot of Nice Natures that did their best. They tried their hardest. We're going to see what we have here. In 5th place, we got Fitz Herbert's Grass Wonder. That was a pace chaser who got the lucky pace. GG's. There we go. There we go. Big juicing. In 4th place, we have, lo and behold, my EPU GOAT. My Season 2 EPU GOAT, Mayfu's Nice Nature. Now, with that being said, the Nice Natures that do get that top 5, they are going to turn around and get an extra 5 points just for the difficulty of the Nice Nature end closer. In third place, we've got Butosei's Wodka. Yeah, big juice, big juice. In second place, my other EPU goat. Let's go. Horion's Nice Nature. That's what I like to see. Well, dude, by a neck. By a neck. Big juice, big juice. And then in first place, living up to the expectations set by the people. The people's champion, you may even say. The people's mightiest miler. Galga's Taiki Shuttle. Coming out here today and popping off, taking the first place. GG's. GG's. We're going to be back with the next race momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our next race for group number A. And with these moods here today, they aren't as terrible as they could potentially be, because the person who purchased or bought the auction of this map, decided that we were gonna be, check this condition out, in the winter and in heavy rain. So with that being said, you're gonna need just a little bit of extra gas in your tank, a little bit of extra pep in your step, if you gonna turn around and make it through this race here today. But before we do that, before we get into any of the shenanigans, we'll go ahead and take a look at our fan favorites. In the number 3 spot, we are going to have, a little bit way down yonder, we're going to have Feast, Tokai Teo, anime version. In the number 2 spot, we are going to have, right here, Horion's Grass Wonder. And in the number 1 spot, once again, we're going to have Galga's Mejiro Ryan. Now, for this race in particular, if you have noticed, we are going to have a little couple of folks that are not usually where they're supposed to be, and that is going to be the Mejiro Ryan as our front runners. We do have Meifu running an EPU, Elira running an EPU, and that looks like that's going to be it for this set. Now, we are going to be here at the Hakodate 2,000 meter track. The EPU of choice is going to be the Mejiro Ryan as a front runner. Now, will this Suzuka here be a runaway? Will these Mejiro Ryans already be kind of subjected to be falling behind? Do they have enough wit? Do they have enough stamina? That is the biggest question that we can have here today, is will our Umas have enough stamina to get through this heavy rain as well as a 2,000 meter track? Now, seeing the Grass Wonder being our number 2 favorite could spell some interesting things, because it looks like we're going to be having a battle for 6th place between Horion and Galga, the Grass Wonder, and that late surging Mejiro Ryan. Of course, we can never count out Gold Ship, because Gold Ship can always just appear and do whatever Gold Ship wants to do. The other thing that we do want to make note of is that it looked like the Summer Marozensky did have a little bit of a late start. Potentially the same Sky may have had a little bit of a late start. But with the other front runners, we do have the double Mejiro Ryan. This is so cool to see them. They are not supposed to be there, and this is awesome. I'm loving it. Then we also have, in first place, is going to be our Silent Suzuka, who is not going to be a runaway as of right now. So she's going to be leading the charge, and our other front runners are going to be fighting for that positioning. They're going to be vying for it. In first, we have that Silent Suzuka. Second is going to be Mejiro Ryan. Third is going to be Summer Marozensky. Now, one may think that she is a buff here since she already went to Bubbly Land. Since she already had the bikini and all that good stuff. She's prepped for this race, and as you can see, she's already moving forward. She's already taken that first spot away from Silent Suzuka. Following behind them, we do have the Mejiro Ryan and the same Sky. Right there, already pushing forward, is going to be the Grass Wonder, followed behind in suit is going to be Mejiro Ryan. Into the final leg, now we have our late surgers that are sprinting, and somebody just hit, somebody is just blowing away. What's happening here? What's happening here? We already have a Mejiro Ryan that is running for the hilltops. I mean, under 200 meters left to go, and she has made her mark on this race. We have a Tokai Teo who's taking second place away from Grass Wonder, and it said, favorites be damned. I'm gonna show you I'm Tokai Teo anime version, and I'm gonna give me a dub, at least top 3, here today. Somebody help me now. Somebody help me now, because that anime Teo, I'm telling you, came out of nowhere. That Mejiro Ryan came out of nowhere. Somebody help me now. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what we have here today. Now, I do want to check these ones here. I'm curious if the 600, well, 700 stem was enough. Because it is a medium, I figured I probably would have needed a lot more than that. I feel like this probably gassed out. I'm not going to lie. You have Lyra's here. I feel like this gassed out too. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, but you got 521 guts. Yeah, you got 372 guts. Yeah, I think that was a gut differential there. But coming in 5th place, we've got Souls Silent Suzuka. Here to show off that maybe, just maybe, Silent Suzuka is not a dead character. In 4th place, we've got Miyuki's Summer Maruzensky, getting that buff from Bubbly Land, really proving herself here today that maybe having some fun before a race is what you need for the mental. In 3rd place, we do have Horion's Grass Wonder popping off, getting a top 3 here. Always love to see that. In 2nd place, we've got Feast Tokai Teo anime version. I should say anime Tokai Teo. Popping off, getting a lot of juice here today, showing us that anime Teo can get some points on the board. And once again, Galaga living up to the expectations. Race after race after race, showing you that they are a great trainer. Galaga with the Mejiro Ryan taking 1st place. This is not an EPU. Remember, EPU was supposed to be for fronts. And this is that gamble that you take. Will you get top 5, or will you miss out on the top 5 in pursuit of higher points? So turning around and not going after the gamble paid off this time for Galaga's Mejiro Ryan. GG's will be back with race number 4 here momentarily. Don't go anywhere. We are back with our next race. I believe this is race number 4, and boy, do we have a treat here for you today. Now, all of these great moods, and then we have one bad and one awful. Now, all I gotta say is y'all gonna be in for a good one. Y'all gonna be in for a good one. I'm gonna be in for a good one too, because ooh wee, this is gonna be fun. Now, before we get into the antics, in the number 3 favorite, way down yonder, we're gonna have Meifu's Mejiro McQueen. In the number 2 favorite, right next door, we're gonna have Lyra's Mejiro McQueen as well. And then our number 1 favorite is gonna be Beast the Beast, Narita Taishi. Now, before we go ahead and get started, I do want to make note that the EPU for this track is going to be a Mejiro McQueen, but as a late surger. So, 1, will they have the stamina to get through this? And 2, will they have the necessary skills to kind of push forward and get to juicing? The other thing that I do want to note is that I tried my best to give a decent enough end closer for Camera Uma that has enough stamina to keep up so that a Narita Taishin does not get boned with the Sleeping Lion. So I'm hoping that my Silent Suzuka as an end closer will be enough. But enough from me. Let's go ahead and get on to the track. Here today, we have the Nakayama 3,600 meter course with the soft ground and the snow as well. So you already know we're going to be in that winter time. Now, from what I have heard from our trainers that are participating here today, some of them are a little nervous about the stamina. That is the thing to note. I didn't take a look at their stats, but If you've been here before, especially during Community Cup, especially during Debut Derby, the biggest thing to note, if you have lower speed and your stamina is around here, but you got that lower speed, you could potentially be a-okay. However, if you have max speed and you don't have that much stamina, then we could be in a very dire situation. One thing that I am seeing is that Narita Taishin is pushing forward with so many other Umas. Now, at least for here, we do have the Lucky Pace Super Creek. That is not going to be good because she will not get to use her unique, and now she is missing out on so much stamina. In second place, we are going to have the Meisho Doto. Gold Ship is now getting paced down, and she's moving back to where those end closers are at. I don't know if she got to kidnap anybody while heading backwards, but she was pretending to be a potential pace chaser, as we could have seen there. Second place is going to be Meisho Doto trying to fight against the current first place of Super Creek. In third, we have Mayano Top Gun, and following behind there, we have all of our late surgers. We have a winning ticket. We have a couple Mejiro McQueens, Narita Taishins, and Gold Ships, and one Simbali Rudolph. With 2,400 meters left to go in this race, we still have such a long ways to go. The pacing of this match does look like it is going to be a little bit about average if I were to have to guess. I will say I do believe things will potentially be slowing down here shortly because it looks like Super Creek is getting a little tired out. As our racers are rounding that corner, everybody else is starting to catch up to Super Creek, and this is not going to be good for her. This pace is slowed down. Our late surgers, our end closers have all caught up, and now it looks like everybody is kind of just jogging here due to our relatively slow front runner. As we're moving forward, 1,600 meters left in this race, we're about to start seeing everybody pushing forward. Gold Ships on the outer edges, pushing their way slowly but surely, creeping up on the Meisho Doto and soon to be that Super Creek. They are primed and ready for the final leg to start. Will they be able to spurt immediately, or will they have to wait? We are going to find out very soon. Narita Taishin is still sitting in the back, and she is prepping to see what will happen. We do have one Gold Ship that is already taken off, and she is spurting like her life depends on it. 1,000 meters left to go in this track, and she is zooming. The Super Creek is following in suit. We do have two more people who are taken off from the ranks of everybody else. We have a Mejiro McQueen and a Gold Ship that are trying to catch up to our current first and second place racers right now. We still have a long ways to go, ladies and gents. 600 meters left to go. Gold Ship still sitting in first. We have the Super Creek in second. We do have another Gold Ship who is trying to catch up, and Mejiro McQueen following in suit. All the other racers are nowhere else to be seen. We only have 4 that are fighting at as hard as they can. Gold Ship is holding that lead with 200 meters left to go. Super Creek is trying to, but her strides are still going. But it looks like she'll be able to hold off against the other Gold Ship. She'll hold second place. We've got Gold Ship 1, Super Creek 2, Gold Ship 3, Mejiro McQueen 4, Simbali Rudolph 5, I believe it was. And then you just saw my camera Uma going through there. Woo, that was a very, very tough race. Now let's take a look here. Oh, okay. So one thing to note, as a late surger, Pure Heart will not go off because I believe it's like 2 to 5 or 2 to 4. So a late surger taking this, we definitely missed here. I don't know what this one, if this has any positional requirements. However, if you had like a Fantasy Grass Wonder, you could definitely take that instead of Pure Heart. That could do some juice in there. But a valiant effort by Meifu's Mejiro McQueen. In 5th place, we have Miyuki's Simbali Rudolph. And this is kind of where we turn around and have that speed being a little bit lower. But our stamina, you know, we're kind of in that good range. And because of that lower speed, we can see we're still able to make a decent showing. In 4th place, we have Lyra's Mejiro McQueen. Now, this is the prime example of exactly what I'm talking about. high stam, a little bit lower speed. Yes, we do not get first, we do not get second, but here in Community Cup, especially when you're gambling on getting the EPUs to get in that top 5 range, this is perfect. This is exactly what you and I want to see when we are making these Umas for Community Cup in specific. This is a great showing, and the gamble pays off because Lyra is going to get an extra McQueen 3 points. An extra 3 points, so we sitting in 2, so we get 5 points. This is as if Lyra had made first place, so this is massive stonks. In third place, we have Horion's Gold Ship. Once again, that same thing, lower speed, much higher stamina. Really showing us how to pop off. In second place, the unfortunate lucky pace is going to go to Butosei's Super Creek. And now, I will say, once again, we are allowing built-in debuffs for this season. So, Dazzling Disorientation is good. We did have a double check, and this is fine. Unfortunately, so that Clear Heart did not get the proc, so we did miss the unique there. Maybe if we hit that unique, maybe there was a world where we do get first place with the Super Creek. However, Galga, once again, bang, 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 showing the first place prize, Galga's Gold Ship. Shit. So, I about fell out my chair. Good Lord have mercy on my soul. 11, 11, 11. Sheesh. GG's. GG's. We gonna be back with our last and final qualifying race for the dirt. Don't go anywhere. We are here at the last and qualifying race for group number A. As we take a look at the moods of our racers here today, y'all can see that we do have some Oguri caps here. Now, we are going to be on a dirt sprint. So, Oguri cap having to have a lot of extra care needed to kind of get the aptitudes to where she needs to be at. Having that sprint and dirt, you are going to need one for the dirt, and you're going to have to need quite a little bit for the sprint. So we do have Feast Oguri cap, Meifu with the Oguri cap, and Lyra with the Oguri cap, as well as Horion for our current EPU contenders. Now, as we go ahead and get ready, we're going to take a look at our top 3 racers. In the number 3 spot, we do have Butosei's Haru Urara. In the number 2 spot, we have, oh, right here, Galga's Haru Urara. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we have Feast Oguri cap. Now, we have Soul with Fuji Kiseki. That is not one that I was expecting to see here today, but everybody else does look like somebody that we could be showing off here in the race. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because it is an 1150 meter sprint dirt track at Fukushima. One thing to note is that this one was going to be random season and random conditions. So we're going to find out how our Umas are going to do here in this race. Once again, these favorites are going to be some of the Oguri caps, but the Haru Urara should not be slept on. Dirt track is where she can potentially pop off that. And with that being said, maybe we going to have a little pink dirt devil here popping off against the white fluff that is Oguri cap. Or maybe, just maybe, Taiki Shuttle or Fuji Kiseki are going to pop off as well. Now, that is such a cool transition to see as we went from the turf straight onto the dirt. We are going to have an Oguri cap who's going to take that front running position, followed by the 2 Oguri caps and the Haru Uraras following in suit. Taiki Shuttle is going to be fighting with the Fuji Kiseki alongside the other Haru Uraras and the Oguri caps, trying to vie for a position and see if they can get into a good spot to prepare themselves for this final leg that is coming up very, very quickly. 400 meters left to go, and we've entered into the final leg, and Oguri Cap is still in the lead. While we're rounding that corner, Haru Urara is trying to prove herself to see if she can get into that top 3 positions. Unfortunately, she won't be able to do so, as we are fighting 1, 2, 3 on the Oguri Caps, and one Oguri Cap, the one that was in 3rd place, got absolutely blocked. It looked like she pulsed right into the butt of the other Oguri Cap that was the lucky pace. Very, very unfortunate for whoever was 3rd place in that moment. For this showing, Lyra, whoo! Lyra was popping off here today, but barely, just barely, by 1.5 lengths. Fitzherbert's Haru Urara claiming the 1st place, or claiming 5th place, excuse me, with the Haru Urara. In 4th place, we've got Galga's Haru Urara. In 3rd, here making a good showcase, is Meifu's Oguri Cap. Big juice, big juice. Oh. We do have a B on sprint. With the ruling, you're calling, I don't think I get points. I focused dirt. How did this almost win with that? Lamau, what? Yeah. I'll have to get back on this one, because I don't know how that'll work. I don't know. I may need to have a vote. Or I may need to, I definitely need time to think. I don't want to make a decision right now. Because with the way we have scaling, you could say, oh, they went from here to here, they get X amount of points. But why is a B aptitude winning in the first place? That is something that is very interesting to me, that I don't expect to see that often. So I don't know. I need some time to think on this one. We'll figure this one out as far as that EPU is concerned. In 2nd place, we have Horion's Oguri Cap. Oh, popping off. At the very least, we do have the A in sprint. Got the easy A in dirt. A lot of juice here. Popping off. And of course, with that being an EPU, we are going to get some extra points there as well. And Feast coming in 1st place with the Oguri Cap. We do have the B in dirt with the sprint in A as well. And that's the thing. I don't know how we're going to deal with that. I don't know what to do with that. That is a very interesting one. But ladies and gents, we'll have to have a ruling on the EPUs here. For right now, this is where we're going to have it. Feast getting that 1st place spot. And that'll be rounding out group number A. We'll move on to group number B here momentarily. Thank y'all so much. Don't you go anywhere. Be prepped for the next race. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with group number B. And we have a lot of cooking to do. Yeah, it is supposed to be soft winter. For some reason, I thought this was not going to be soft winter. But as far as our moods are looking, it's a little up, down, all around, side to side on these moods. Now, just like group number A, we are going to be back at Niigata for this race. Coming in as our number 3 favorite, way down yonder, we've got Kuro's King Halo. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we have Chenny's Oguri Cap. And then way back down yonder, the next door neighbor to Kuro is going to be Topeka's Silent Suzuka. Now, for our EPUs here today, we are going to be looking for the Suzuka Runaway. And Topeka is going to be the main contender for that EPU. Now, will other people be able to stop the Runaway Suzuka? We've seen it kind of stopped a little bit, but it was not completely negated from the top 5. Or will they be able to turn around and get that coveted 1st place EPU here today? From what I've been told, group number B is looking pretty juiced. From what I've also been told, Dapika's runaway Suzuka is looking pretty juiced. Having those double circles in the first 2 slots is going to be relatively scary. But will the other Umas be able to stop Dapika in their tracks? This is going to be a full sprint. So this is only going to be worrying about the straights. No corners here today. You get out of that gate and you run as fast as you can. And as we can see, that is exactly what Suzuka is trying to do here. 800 meters left to go in this race. Curren-chan is holding second. Fighting against her is going to be Oguri Cap and Air Groove. But as this race is continuing, Suzuka is starting to lose a little bit of ground. There isn't as many mid-leg skills, but that unique does proc, and maybe that allows her to keep that lead. Unfortunately so, we do have Air Groove, who is juicing forward against that Suzuka, and now she's starting to lose her pacing and lose her footing. She's dropped behind, and it looks like King Halo is surged ahead against the others, and she is fighting, and she has potentially, I believe, maybe by a head, taken first place against Oguri Cap and Air Groove. I think Oguri Cap takes second and maybe Air Groove takes third. I could be wrong, but I don't know. We're about to see very soon what it is placed for everybody here today. Of course, I'm the camera Uma, so that doesn't really matter too much, but Dapika, the #1 favorite, falling by a head. The EPU Uma has been stopped. Oh my days. The EPU Uma has been stopped, and there just wasn't enough speed to compete against the others. In number 5, we have Roy D's Curren-chan. And number 4, we have Hidden's Curren-chan. In number 3, the PTSD is still here. We have Solar's Air Groove. This dazzling disorientation is going to be built in the kit, so this gets a pass. In the second place, we have Chenny's Oguri Cap. The S Sprint and the S Turf. Woo! Come on. Help me now. And last but not least, Kuro's King Halo, taking a dub off of everybody else. Even though we have a little bit lower speed, maybe, just maybe, it's the procs that count. GG's will be back with race number 2. Don't go anywhere. We're back with group number B's second race. And again, we are going to be looking for the Nice Nature to be an end closer. We do have one person who is going to be participating in that EPU challenge. So you already know I'm going to be rooting for Dapika's Nice Nature. Speaking of Dapika's Nice Nature, sitting in the number 3 spot, we have StarCraft's Taiki Shuttle as the number 3 favorite. In the number 2 spot, we have, right here, Dapika's Nice Nature. And then in the number 1 favorite, we have Roy D's Taiki Shuttle. Now, this is going to be a relatively quick one. It is going to be that 1600 meter Hanshin turf here with the firm autumn sunny conditions. Now, 1600 meter. This is going to be a little bit of a different track. However, we have been preparing for that 1600 meter mile CM. So maybe this is a small preview of what some of these Taiki. Come on now. You ain't had to do me like that. I see you. I see you, Taiki. Woo! Help me now. Now, we will see what these Umas will be capable of here very quickly. We do have that right-handed. We do have that 1600 meter. The only difference, obviously, the tracks up and down hills, if there are any, but it is not going to be wherever CM is going to be at. Starting this race off, I do believe this is looking like a runaway Silence Suzuka. This will help the pace chasers out just a little bit. but being the only being the only runaway is going to be beneficial for her. The big scary thing is this Same Sky is catching up very quickly, and she is already looking like she's going to try to overtake her very soon, and that was very, very scary. That Unique is going to pop off from Solar's Silent Suzuka. She is going to be popping off, trying to go and keep that first place while we go into the final leg. Under 600 meters left to go as we round this corner. Everybody else is going to start popping off. We've got the Shooting for Victory. We've got the Pump Some Iron. I don't know how and I don't know why, but somehow the Tokai Teo has used her Unique. Now, it is a dead heat for this race. Under 200 left to go. Mejiro Ryan's trying to juice. Taiki Shuttle's losing some speed. Tokai Teo! Tokai Teo! She is just barely... Oh, man, it was too close to call. It is definitely by a nose. That was way too close to call between the Tokai Teo and the Mejiro Ryan. That was way too close. I have no idea who wins this. Is it Tay over or is it Tay back? Chat, what do you think? Whoo! Come on now. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. For me? Oh, wow. Are you serious? That's crazy. That is crazy. Now, where did this Nice Nature end up? Ooh, okay. So, in 5th place, we have Solar's Silent Suzuka. That runaway Suzuka actually making a top 5. So, getting a little bit of juice there. Very nice to see that. Depika's Nice Nature arriving onto the scene and popping off, getting that extra 5 points for the EPU. And even more so, having the Mile S and End S is scary to see. StarCraft grabbing a top 3 with the Taiki Shuttle. Getting some juice here. I see you, Mr. Top 3. Number 2, we have Heroes Mejiro Ryan. Oh no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So that means the number 1 spot goes to the Tokai Teo by a nose. Hidden's Tokai Teo. Absolutely juicing into a win. GG's will be back with race number 3. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gents, we are back with race number 3. And this is that heavy rain race. And you can see that some of these Umas are not feeling this race today. Wow. This is going... We are going to be in for an interesting one here today, ladies and gentlemen. If we go ahead and take a look at our top 3 favorites, way down yonder, we've got Hidden's Special Week, and that is going to be the Summer Special Week. So she has that Bubbly Land buff. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we have Kuro's Normal Special Week. And then Depika's, can I get it? Bam! Same Sky coming in as the number 1 favorite. Now, here, where are we at? Oh. Here at the Hakodate 2,000 meter, we are going to be in that winter wonderland, but it is going to be heavy rain. So we are going to need some more stamina to get through this race. Group number A has proven that you are going to need a little bit more stamina to get through here, and some of those Umas were understammed. Hopefully, these Umas are going to have proper, or just a little bit more, stam than needed, so that way they don't get gas out and they're not stuck swimming in the rain. We are going to have a little bit of variety here. We are going to see 2 summer units in the Summer Special Week and in the Summer Marazensky. Then we're going to see the Same Sky Oguri Cap. And we're going to have some gold ships. And we are also going to see the Overlord, the Centurial Overlord, I believe it is, in the TM Opera O. So we definitely want to spotlight her, see if she can pop off and show us a run for the ages. As we round this corner, we're in the mid leg. Same Sky is going to be holding that number 1 spot. Behind her is going to be Summer Marazensky. 3-4 is going to be occupied by Oguri Cap, and now the TM Opera O, 5th place is going to be Oguri Cap. Sitting in the back in our late surger position is going to be both of the special weeks. Followed behind them is going to be the gold ship and +1. As we're moving forward, though, the Summer Marzensky is not catching up to the Saiyan Sky, and if Saiyan Sky gets to keep that #1 spot, you already know her unique is going to be very, very scary. As we're about to enter into the final leg, the angling has happened, and the scheming is happening as well. She's already taken off, and nobody is able to catch up right now. Late Surger's normal special week is at least making her way into that second position. However, there is such a massive gap between second and first place. Saiyan Sky said, yo, I got some fish, it's time to cook. And let me tell you, everybody behind her is getting absolutely demolished. It wasn't even close, ladies and gents. First place going to Saiyan Sky, second gonna be that normal special week. Third, I believe, was Oguri Cap. I believe. And that... Ooh, it wasn't even close. It was not even close. Now, we didn't have any Mejiro Ryans that were here for that front-running EPU, so we are going to see that 5th place is going to go to Roy D's Oguri Cap. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I do feel like 615 on a pace is a little bit low, but that could just be me. We've got Hidden Summer Special Week in 4th. Juicing up here a little bit. I see you. In 3rd, we have StarCraft's Oguri Cap. Look at this man. He's always talking about, yeah, y'all need to carry the Twitchers to victory. How about you carry them, sir? In 2nd place, we have Kuro's normal special week. Absolutely juicing. Look at all... I mean, look, they immediately spurted and they immediately just popped off, just trying to take off as quick as they could. If they had 1200 speed and the proper stamp, man, I'm telling you, this would have been crazy to see. And then in 1st place, we've got Dapika's Saiyan Sky. Ooh, that's a 5-star, by the way. Sheesh. GG's, we'll be back with our next one. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gents, we're back with the next race, and this, at least the, oh, never mind. Maybe that mood is just around the same, because that is still looking pretty abysmal. As we get ready and prepare for this next race, we'll go ahead and take a look at who our top 3 contenders are for today. Coming in that number 3 spot, we have Hidden's Agnes Tachyon. Sitting in the number 2 spot is going to be Kuro's Gold Ship. And then coming in at the number 1 favorite, we have Dapika's Grass Wonder Fantasy. Now, I'm very excited to see the Fantasy Grass Wonder pop off here today and see what they can bring to the table. Now, we are going to be looking for a McQueen late. Oh, unfortunately, this McQueen is not a late surger. Very close, but missing the mark on the EPU. This map, this is where we potentially get to see the power of Fantasy Grass Wonder. We're here at the Nakayama 3600 meter turf, where we are going to be on soft, snowy ground, as well as, of course, in the winter time. One could even say this is a winter wonderland. Now, as we get ready to see our Umas here today, we are going to see that Fantasy Grass Wonder. We, of course, are always going to see the gold ships here on the super longs, as well as some other Umas. We are going to have that Agnes Tachyon, the Meisho Doto. I do love to see the Super Creek. Then we do have a Rice Shower and an Anime McQueen, so this could turn out to be a very juicy run here today. Now, typically, the Silent Suzuka would be a front runner. However, mine is going to be an end closer. What I don't understand is what is going on with this race. Why are the gold ships out in 1st and 2nd as of right now? Thankfully, our pace chasers have finally moved up, and Meisho Doto is going to be the lucky pace for right now. That puts Super Creek in the prime position to be using her unique. So that way she can turn around and continue having that good stamina. The superior heal does go off by the Fantasy Grass Wonder, so she's going to be juicing. Pure Heart as well is going to be good for both of them, having that 7-5 on their uniques. Their stamina is not going to be as big of an issue here today, especially getting both of their uniques off. For everybody else, though, this is where the test will begin. We are not even at the halfway point in this race, and all of these Umas are still trying to keep a good pace, trying to match the Meisho Doto, who is going to be our pace setter. The late Surging Grass Wonder is moving forward, however, ooh, she got paced down. Yo, what happened to her? She had the stamina and she just hit a pace down. It absolutely destroyed the Agnes Tachyon, who was trying to move forward, and that was not good positioning for her. Unfortunate for the Rice Shower as well. She got blocked off, and now she has to change lanes, and she has found herself in a very odd predicament behind the gold ships. This is not looking good for the gold ships, as the late surgers have somehow found themselves behind the end closers. Swinging Maestros are popping off here, as we still have 1,400 meters left to go in this 3,600 meter race. The final leg is soon to begin, and these gold ships are trying to get into a more favorable position so that way they can start spurting. And now, as we start the final leg, who will be the first to take off? Right now, Meisho Doto looks like she's trying to take off. The late Surging Grass Wonder is starting to take off, and you can see her zooming into first place. Under 1,000 meters left to go. We have another one, and it looks like it is going to be a gold ship who is trying to move her way forward. The Grass Wonder is doing wonders in this race here today. Nobody else has started their spurt just yet, and it looks like she is trying to gain as much distance as possible. The Super Creek is feeling a little super creaky as she moves forward. Gold Ship is trying to make her way into that second place position, and Meisho Doto has found herself kind of losing a little bit of speed. Grass Wonder said, "Let me tell you, this is that fantasy magic," as she makes her way into first place, solidifying her #1 spot. Super Creek is going to make it into second, and we're going to have Gold Ship 3, 4, and I don't know who hit 5, but that is the type of fantasy Grass Wonder that I am trying to see, and I am so happy that that popped off here today. Now, coming in the #5 spot, we have Heroes Meisho Doto. Having all of that stam is going to be nice, but at some point you do need that speed. In the #4 spot, we have StarCraft's Gold Ship. Gold Ship just doing Gold Ship things. #3, we have Kuro's Gold Ship as well. In that #2 spot, we have Solar's Super Creek. She did get that Pure Heart. I did see her get that Swinging Maestro. Don't know about the cooldown and the others, but this is definitely a lot of juice here. In an ideal world, you would love to have more wit. Now this is a URA finale, so she has a lot more room to grow. And in first place, the Hearts United for the Fantasy Grass Wonder from Dapika. Basically 1,200 speed, 1,200 stam. You love to see it. That's like, what, 3.5 gold skills here? Holy cow. This is juicy. GG's, ladies and gents. We'll be back with our dirt race for group number B. Don't you go anywhere. We are back with our last and final race for group number B. And as the tides would have it, as the fates would have it, being a random everything, I do see rain in the background, and that makes me very, very happy. Now, we do have our little pink devils here. We got the Haru Uraras, we got the Taiga Shuttle and the Oguri Caps as well, but this is going to be a cloud of cotton candy as we move through this race. Coming in at the #3 favorite, we have Hidden's Haru Urara. In the #2 favorite, we have right here is Dapika's Oguri cap. And way down yonder, we've got Roy D's Haru Urara as the #1 favorite. Now, will Haru Urara be able to turn around and grab a first place, or will somebody steal it away from her? Here today at the Fukushima 1150 meter dirt track, it is going to be raining, so even though it is a sprint, there is a chance where somebody gets caught with their pants on the ground and they accidentally run out of gas, especially with that rain here today. I am actually very happy to see that, especially on a sprint, because this is something you just don't plan for. This is going to be a very fun race, especially for me. Man, that is a long start time. Ooh, I would be anxious trying to get out of that gate. But as our Umas get out of that gate here today, we do have all the late surging Haru Urara sitting in the back, and Taiki Shuttle is unfortunately going to get that first place lucky pace. Now, it could still bite her in the butt because her unique range is going to be 3-4. So she's going to have to somehow find a way to get into a better spot, or in this case, a worse spot. It is going to be good for the Oguri cap because she will be able to use her unique when she turns around and potentially gets into that second place around 200 meters left. As we round this corner into the final leg, Haru Urara is moving her way up into second place. Taiki Shuttle is still holding first, but not for long because Oguri cap is speeding ahead. And as we move forward, Taiki Shuttle still somehow, she somehow takes first. What do you mean? She didn't unique. She didn't anything. She didn't need it. She actually takes first. The Oguri cap looked like she just ran into the back of Taiki Shuttle, and you know what? Kinda can't blame her on that one. But unfortunately so, the Haru Urara did not take first place. Solar's Haru Urara is gonna take 5th place. In 4th place, we've got Chenny's Haru Urara. In 3rd, we have Dapika's Oguri cap. In 2nd, we have Kuro's Haru Urara. And in 1st place, we have Shanks's Taiki Shuttle. GG's. That was group number B. We'll be back with group number C momentarily, and then we'll have our finals afterwards. Don't you go anywhere. All right, we are back with group number C. Got a new group of racers, and we're gonna see what they gonna pull out here today. The moods are looking relatively good, minus Techies, rest in peace, and minus Joe's, rest in peace. But we're gonna see what these Umas can do. Oh, I thought this was mine. I was like, wait a minute. No, I didn't bring a Suzuka. I forgot that I'm spectating. Whew. That scared me. All right, let's see. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we have Joe's Hishi Akebono. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we have Draguin's Sakura Bakushin O. Draguin will be a Twitcher this season. And then coming in at the number 1 favorite, the person who bought this track and the EPU is going to be Yotz's Silence Suzuka. Now, this EPU will be a runaway that we are going to be looking at, and as well, we are going to be checking out the track. It is going to be the Niigata 1000 meter, that soft, snowy winter wonderland. This is where the runaway will potentially be able to run away to the finish line. Will we see our first ever first place runaway on this track in particular, or will the cold get to Suzuka? Will Hishi Akebono get to Suzuka as well? This is going to be a very interesting race. Our first ever Hishi Akebono. See if she can pop off, or is she gonna drop off? Sprints are always known to be very random, so we're gonna see what happens here today. We do have a lot of Sakura Bakushin O's. We do have the ever scary Air Groove, and 2 Current-Chans. Now, out the gate, as we go ahead and start racing, Silent Suzuka is going to be pushing forward, trying to create as much distance as possible. Escape Artist in 777s does proc, and she is still holding her lead for right now, which is doing relatively better than what we've seen previously. Under 600 meters left to go, and she's still holding on to that spot. Her unique does proc, which gives her even more distance. This is very, very good. As she's moving forward, we are going to see who is going to challenge her. Under 400 meters left to go, the final leg is about to start. Hishiaki Bono is losing ground. We do have, coming up from the outside, it is going to be Air Groove. We do have Sakura Bakushin O moving forward as well. Silent Suzuka is falling behind, and Bakushin is holding strong. King Halo trying to push forward, but she just can't get there. And who was that? Sakura Bakushin O is going to take first. King Halo second, and then on the outside, was it Air Groove? So that would be 3. Very tough track here today. Very tough track here today. Now, will the Silent Suzuka grab top 5 at least? Oh, I'm telling you, it is a tough one. It is a tough one. Here is going to be Yotz's Runaway, the S Sprint and S Turf. So much work. And it looked like she had such an interesting position, but she just couldn't hold on, and she could not make it happen. Very, very unfortunate. Coming in on the number 5 spot, we've got Joe's Hishiaki Bono. Hishiaki Juicer. Coming in 4th place, we've got RD Gamers Current-Chan. In 3rd, we've got Techie's Air Groove. In 2nd, we've got Kalua's King Halo. And in 1st, we've got Nitori's Sakura Bakushin O. Is this a... Okay, it is a Unity. Okay. GG's, we'll be back with race number 2. Don't go anywhere. Alright, we are here and we are ready. Juice. Now, we are looking for that nice nature end closer. And we have one challenger. And unfortunately, that challenger has awful mood 2 races back to back. Now, what are we going to see here today at the mile? Coming in at our number 3 favorite, we do have, can I get this one? Yotz's Wodka. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we have Draguin's Marazensky. And right to the next door neighbor is Nitori's Seiyun Sky for the number 1 favorite. Now, we do want to keep a lookout on Techie's Nice Nature, but the crowd does not seem to favor here at the Hanshin 1600 meter. Firm autumn and sunny are the conditions here today. Now, we have seen many a Nice Nature get into that like 2nd place area, being a non-lore accurate Nice Nature. Will she be able to do it once again, or will she actually get 3rd place? Now, we do have Draguin Summer Marazensky being juiced up with that Bubbly Land buff, the one buff that rules them all. Low-key, one of my favorite buffs. But as we go ahead and get ready for this race, we are going to have a late start on the Wodka. Being a late surger, that is relatively okay. But as we move forward, the Summer Marazensky is going to take that 1st place position ahead of the Seiyun Sky. 3rd is going to be Taiki Shuttle. 4-5 is going to be a race between the Current-Chan and the Daiwa Scarlet. And then in 6, we'll have another Daiwa Scarlet. Our late surgers in the caboose are going to be Gold City, Wodka, Grass Wonder, and Nice Nature to end it out. Now, under 1,000 meters left to go in this race, and our pace chasers are still sitting around the same areas that they were. Seiyun Sky is trying to make her move forward, but she just cannot push forward enough. Summer Marazensky is keeping that 1st place, and she may be able to deny the rod from the Seiyun Sky. Shooting for victory does pop off, and we are looking for the Taiki shuttle as she's trying to fight her way into second place. Summer Maruzenski is still holding that first place. Wodka hits the Fury's feet, but is it too little too late? Daiwa Scarlet is moving forward, and it looks like she's going to hold second place against Taiki Shuttle. Taiki Shuttle is trying to fight, but Summer Maruzenski is just running away with this race. It wasn't even close, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't even close, ladies and gentlemen. Wodka hits the unique. Oh, second place does go to Taiki Shuttle, I believe it was. But man, 3, 4, 5, that was such a cluster that I have no idea who hit what. We do know that the Wodka does get 4th place, at the very least. Let's see, what are we going to have here today? Coming in 5th place, we have Cruel's Curran-chan. Okay, okay. Little juicer right there, I see. In 4th, oh wait, where did the, oh no! Oh no, not like this. Unfortunate. The mile is very competitive. She just wasn't able to meet those standards. Rest in peace, the nice nature. In 4th place, we have Yotz's Wodka. In 3rd, we have Kalua's Daiwa Scarlet. Okay, okay. In 2nd, we have Smash King's Taiki Shuttle. Coming online and getting her some points. And Draguin's Bubbly Land buff, Summer Maruzenski, taking 1st place and never looking back. GG's, we'll be back with our next one. Don't go anywhere. We are back with the next race, and this one is looking a little bit more okay, never mind. I was gonna say it's looking more favorable, and then I saw the top 3, and their moods just got destroyed. Now, this is gonna be that rainy track, so you already know I am looking forward to this. But what does the crowd say? The crowd is saying the number 3 favorite is going to be down yonder, Fuhua's Oguri Cap. And the number 2 favorite, we do have Artie Gamer's Tokai Teo in the number 2 favorite spot. And then in the number 1 favorite, we do have Yotz's Seiyun Sky. Now, for this track, we were looking for a Mejiro Ryan front, and you know what? That is totally fair. We have no Mejiro Ryans, so we are going to be looking to have a normal race here today at the Hakodate 2,000 meter turf. We are going to have the winter heavy rain, and we are going to see if it will bring the pain, or will these Umas be properly stammed, and maybe we can see a lot of juicers here today. Now, the Tokai Teo, she is going to be the number 2 favorite. Will she be able to pop off against the other contenders for the top 3 favorites? Or will she kind of fall to the wayside against all the pressure? We have Symboli Rudolph, the Wedding Mayano, we have the Narita Brian, as well as the analytical Agnes Tachyons. As we're moving forward, Seiyun Sky is going to be our solo front runner. So she will be taking the lead and showing us how quickly we need to pace ourselves. That front runner straightaways is going to push her forward into that mid leg. We are going to be a little bit rushed here, which could spell disaster for us, just depending on how much stamina we have. As we're moving into the mid leg, Oguri Cap is going to take that 2nd place. Tokai Teo will be holding 3rd. Tachyon in 4-5, and Oguri Cap in 6. As we're looking to the front once again, we are going to know that Seiyun Sky will be holding that spot. 7 is going to be Narita Brian. Fighting for 8th spot is going to be Symboli Rudolph and Oguri Cap, and rounding out our caboose is going to be that Wedding Top Gun. Now, as we are approaching into that final leg, everybody is trying to get into a little bit better of a position. Oguri Cap in 2nd, and we have another Oguri Cap on the outer lane, so she could be popping off. The angling hits, and the scheme begins. Seiyun Sky is about to pop off, and we'll see if she can make her way through this rain. She said, you don't have to give me no shine, because even in the rain, I can still take off. That distance, that gap that is created is enormous. Will anybody be able to catch up? Even as a solo frontrunner, Saiyan Sky is always going to be scary. The Triumphant Pulse procs, but will it be enough? Oguri Cap just cannot make up the distance, and she's going to have to settle for second because Saiyan Sky is going to take first. Simbali Rudolph holds third place out of nowhere. And I believe fourth was maybe Agnes Tachyon, question mark? I think? Man, look at this Saiyan Sky. Taking first. GG's. Now, coming into our top 5, we've got RD Gamers, Tokai Teo. In fourth, we have Nitori's Agnes Tachyon. In third, we've got Kalua's Simbali Rudolph. Even I don't know if the Dominator proc. I don't think it did. I could be wrong though. In second, we have Fuhua's Oguri Cap. And in first, we have Yotz's Saiyan Sky. He put up that little sign that said, "We'll be back out fishing." And let me tell you, he caught a big one. First place to the Saiyan Sky, GG's. We'll be back with the next one. Don't go anywhere. All right, going into race number 4. Let's take a look at our moods. Yeah, ooh, yeah. That's a little tough. That's a little tough. Bottom side was looking good, and then as we move forward to the top, yeah, that was looking a little rough. Looking at our top, man, look at all these Super Creeks. Woo, Super Creek, come on now. Coming in number 3 favorite, we do have Draguin's Super Creek. At the number 2 favorite, way down yonder, we got Joe's Hishi Amazon. And then coming in at the number 1 favorite, relatively next door, is going to be Yotz's Agnes Tachyon. Now, as we move forward into this race, this, I believe, is going to be the Nakayama 3600 meter turf. We got that soft, snowy ground, and once again, having a nice little winter wonderland. As we prepare ourselves for this race, we were looking for a McQueen. Don't have any EPU contenders here, so we're going to be looking for a clean, normal race. One thing to note is that the Super Creek will always have a nice advantage here, where the Agnes Tachyon will also have an advantage with all of those stamina skills. Hishi Amazon is going to be starting on the outer lane. That's going to be very interesting for her, as she is going to be an end closer. Maybe she can find some decent positioning against the other gold ships. Now, we don't have any front runners. Gold ship is looking like she wants to front run, so is Hishi Amazon. They all look like they want to front run, but it looks like it is going to be the camera, at least the one that we're spectating. It is going to be Yotz's Agnes Tachyon. This is not going to be ideal, because the Tachyon needs to be in like what, 2 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 5, somewhere in that area, to use her unique. So that is not good. In second place is going to be the other Tachyon. It's, you know, potentially not good for her. But in 3, 4, 5, we do have the Super Creeks, so she is going to have a decent enough area to use her unique. We see one Pure Heart already go off for Kalua, so that could be good. One Agnes Tachyon gets paced down horrendously, and she moves back into 4th place. Hishi Amazon is already pushing up. She is looking like she's a pace chaser with the way that she is moving and grooving. Now, will she have the stamina to endure? That is the question, but now it looks like she does get paced back down, and that has to hurt. That is never a good sign. 2,200 meters left in this race, and let me tell you, this is a tough one. It is grueling. Not only is it cold, not only is the ground soft, so you know you got those mushy steps that you got to get through, but man, is it rough. You don't have that stamina, and it is not going to be looking good for you. Hishiama's on that outer edge is still having some good positioning as she's moving forward. The Agnes Tachyon on the outer lane as well. I don't know if her unique is proc, but man, this is going to be scary. Oh, speaking of unique, there it is. We do see that U equals MA squared, so she will at least have some good stamina. We see the swinging maestros and the race planners going off here, and a lot of people are getting their stamina back. Maybe they can spurt immediately, or maybe they're going to have to wait. Now, as we're approaching into the final leg, the pure heart for Smash King goes off 1,200 meters of a final leg. One Agnes Tachyon Cruels is already spurting, and man, has she taken off like a rocket towards outer space. She is zooming. Nobody is catching her as of right now. Gold Ship on the outer lane is trying to move forward, so are the Super Creeks and the other Agnes Tachyon as they are trying, but man, there has been a lead built up, and it is slowly being chipped away at. We are moving as slowly as possible into this final stretch, and let me tell you, that Agnes Tachyon is still holding first. The strides of Super Creek are long, but are they long enough to catch up? Gold Ship looks like she is getting slightly blocked by that Super Creek, and that is a little unfortunate for her. But man, once she took off, this Agnes Tachyon said, "This is the step that I take to move forward into greatness and into glory." Agnes Tachyon dominating the race here today. I think it was Agnes Tachyon 1, 2, and then I think Super Creek 3, Gold Ship 4? Question mark? Question mark? Somewhere in that area? Maybe? Sitting in the number 5 position, we have Smash King's Super Creek. You know, that lower speed, having a little bit more stamina, than we hit all them uniques, or excuse me, all the stamina skills. Yeah, that's gonna do us good. Coming in the number 4 spot, we have Techie's Gold Ship. In 3, we have Kalua's Super Creek. Ooh, somebody help me now. S Turf, S Long. When was this made? Read 2 days ago. Wow. This is insane. This is ready for the next CM. Wow. That's disgusting. I would love to have that. In second, we have Yotz's Agnes Tachyon. Ooh, somebody. So, wow. I don't even know what to say. That's crazy. And in first, we have Cruel's Agnes Tach. Okay, so everybody's just ready for the next CM? Really? That's ridiculous. GG's, ladies and gents. We'll be back with our last and final race for group number C. Don't y'all go nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, if I have ever seen a rigged room, it's gotta be this one. Because what do you mean? I have 4, 5, 6 people on the screen, and 5 of them got bad and awful. Whew, yeah, yo, hey, somebody call the cops. This is ridiculous. Holy smokes. Well, hey, a lot of people with the terrible mood, abysmal mood. At least it's relatively fair. But what does the crowd say as far as favorites? Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we've got, like somewhere around here, we've got Joe's Haru Urara. And the number 2 favorite, we've got Kalua's Taiki Shuttle. And right next to me is going to be Yotz's Taiki Shuttle in the number 1 favorite. Now, I do believe for this race, we are going to be looking at the Oguri cap. As long as they got a sprint and dirt, we should be chilling. But we're going to see what they have here today. This is going to be our last qualifying race for these before the finals of the Twitchers versus YouTubers. This is going to be the Fukushima Dirt 1150. We're going to see how this plays out. Will it be the Haru Uraras? Will it be the Taiki Shuttles? Or maybe will it be the Smart Falcons? Now, I don't know if the Smart Falcons are normally a sprint runner. I'm not 100% sure. But we gonna find out. We gonna find out. Oh yeah, this Oguri cap will be under investigation to see how they are going to get the EPU points. But as we go ahead and start this race here today, we are going to see that one Smart Falcon, it looks like they potentially had a late start. This other Smart Falcon, though, is going to be holding first place, and Nitori is going to win that one. Cruel also gets his unique. It's got to be those changes to Smart Falcon's unique. We're about halfway through this race. 1, 2 is going to be Smart Falcon. 3 is going to be that Oguri cap. And now we see the Haru Uraras that are going to start trying to make their way forward through these Taiki Shuttles. We do have one Taiki Shuttle that is sitting in 4th place, and that is going to be good for her, as she may potentially, there it is, get her unique. As she gets that unique off, and we move forward into the final straight, there's so many skills popping off here, and somehow Oguri Cap has taken first place. We are dueling to see what can happen, and unfortunately, the Smart Falcons have lost their positioning, and it looks like, oh no! I was gonna say Taiki Shuttle takes first, but man, she took first, and then it, boom, right there. Oguri Cap came out of nowhere. It's by a nose. Who gets the win? I know who gets the win for me. I get the win right here, right now. Come on now. Oguri Cap came back and stole the lead. Wow. That's ridiculous. In 5th place, we've got Nitori's Smart Falcon. In 4th place, we've got Cruel's Smart Falcon. In 3rd, we've got Kalua's Taiki Shuttle. In 2nd, we have Yotz's Taiki Shuttle. And in 1st place, we have Techi's Oguri Cap. The investigations will have to be held at a later point in time. We're not 100% sure how we're going to affect with this dirt, but once we know, then things will be notified in the upcoming and in the following Community Cup. But as of right now, Techie holding on with that first place Oguri Cap. GG's. We'll move to our finals, and we will be back. We made it in time for the finals. We were trying to beat a deadline, and we made it. So, let's see, what do we have here today? Depika is going to be... Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Depika is going to be a YouTuber. Cruel is going to be a Twitcher. But he made it into the finals, but he also made the lobby, so unfortunate. So he'll be in on the next week Community Cup finals. We have Kalua, who is a YouTuber. Feast is a YouTuber. Solar's a Twitcher. Kuro's a YouTuber. Hidden, I believe, is a YouTuber. From Meifu, Yotes, Horion, Galga, Nitori, and Teki are all Twitchers. I think Kuro's a YouTuber. All of these are, like, so many Twitchers. So many Twitchers. However, the biggest thing to note is that the mood is not looking favorable for the Twitchers. Now, what are we going to see here today? We have one end, one late, one front, and 10 pace chasers. Will these pace chasers be able to dominate? Will Twitchers finally get their clap back? Or will the YouTubers continue their reign of victory over the Twitchers? Now, coming in at the number 3 favorite, we do have Peace the Beast, Oguri Cap. He is a YouTuber. Coming in the number 2 spot, we have Nitori's Oguri Cap. He is going to be a Twitcher. And then coming in at the number 1 spot, we do have Yotz's Oguri Cap, who also is a Twitcher. Now, a lot is on the line. Twitch is trying to break free of the chains of losing compared to the YouTubers who are trying to continue their win. Here at the Kyoto Dirt 1900 meter. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a scary one as well. Now, will they have enough stamina? Will they, obviously, you know, Oguri Cap, if they didn't make it specifically for this, they will hold a B in dirt at the very least. Now, this Anime McQueen here, though, I don't know if I should be expecting a lot out of her or not. Maybe she's going to be our front runner. I have no idea who is going to go where. And she actually will be our front runner. So, with the Anime McQueen being front, will she actually turn around and hold her own? Does she have the aptitude to do so? So far, she's not looking too terrible, but with this cloud of white, all the Oguri Caps are getting ready to devour this front runner. Now, as we're in the mid leg, we have one Oguri Cap who is already trying to push forward, but she is not able to advance just yet. Unfortunately for the Taiki Shuttle, oh my days, oh no, and El Condor Pasa got kidnapped. She got robbed. She got hit by a pace down Oguri. That had to hurt. As we're moving forward, though, we do have one Oguri Cap who is already pushing into first place, and the Anime McQueen is going to start falling into second. Other Oguri Caps are moving forward. Taiki Shuttle is trying to find a decent footing, but there are just too many Oguri Caps in her way. As we're moving into the final corner and into the final leg, the Oguri Caps have started to swarm through the Anime McQueen. And as we're pushing forward, there's only one Oguri Cap that sits amongst the top of them. And let me tell you, I ain't got a clue who it is. Oguri Cap takes first, takes second, takes third, takes fourth, and takes fifth place. Now, we gonna see who gets that spot here momentarily, but we will see. We do have Solar, who is a Twitcher, Kuro, a YouTuber, Galga, a Twitcher, Meifu, a Twitcher. Oh, I wanted to say, oh, actually had the dirt. That's actually juicing. Hidden. I've seen Hidden on both platforms. I think I put them down as a YouTuber. Dapika, a YouTuber. Uh-oh. They don't have that many YouTubers to expend. We've got Yotes, who is a Twitcher. Nitori is a Twitcher. We've got Teki, who is a Twitcher as well. And for the top 3, we have... Bam! Oh! Oh, snap! Kahlua and Feast taking second and third. They are the YouTubers. And when push comes to shove, Horion taking a dub for the Twitchers. He said, don't y'all worry about this. I'm gonna pull through. I'm gonna get the dub for us. He said, you know what? Them smelly YouTubers need to go back to where they came from, because this is the time. This is a new season, and this is our time to shine. Horion taking a first place in the Twitchers versus YouTubers race. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Woo, that's crazy. GG's to all the participants and all to the winners. GG's to the Twitchers as well. I appreciate all y'all being here. Thank y'all for participating. Thank y'all for hanging out, lurking, all that good stuff. Hope y'all enjoyed season 3, week number 1. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Peace.